Welcome to the North Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Monday, October 3rd, 2022. This morning's water vapor loop shows an upper-level ridge centered over North Ops, with the mid and upper-level air mass continuing to dry. Visible satellite imagery shows sunny skies across North Ops this morning, with marine stratus favoring the north coast, though still influencing all western areas with good to excellent relative humidity recoveries up to an elevation of around 2,500 feet. 500 millibar forecast maps show upper-level ridging continuing to gradually strengthen over the west coast today and remaining centered overhead Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures will continue a gradual warming trend in response, with relative humidities over inland areas lowering and moderate to locally poor overnight slope and ridge recoveries becoming more widespread. Wind and relative humidity forecast graphics for early this morning show moderate relative humidity recoveries along most slope and ridge areas, with a smaller area of locally poor recoveries along the central Coast Range peaks and ridges. Aside from some local coastal gap winds near the Greater Bay Area, winds will remain light through the morning. Minimum relative humidities will drop into the teens and 20s in inland valleys this afternoon, with 30s and 40s along higher elevation mountain areas and 50s and 60s west of the Coast Range. Locally breezy, though more limited than normal, west-southwest to northwest sea breeze and coastal gap winds will develop in western areas this afternoon and evening, with lighter and mainly terrain-driven upslope up-valley winds inland. Light downslope winds will develop tonight, with locally poor overnight slope and ridge recoveries becoming more widespread along the northern Sierra Mountains. A light general wind pattern will continue Tuesday, with afternoon local winds limited to sea breezes and coastal gap winds favoring western areas, and light upslope up-valley winds inland. Afternoon minimum relative humidities will continue to range in the teens and 20s in interior valleys, and 30s and 40s along higher mountains. Light downslope winds will return again Tuesday night, with moderate to locally poor slope and ridge recoveries continuing. Little change is expected in the lighter-than-normal wind pattern on Wednesday, with relative humidities continuing to dry in inland areas. 500 millibar forecast graphics for Thursday through Sunday show upper-level ridging strengthening Thursday and Friday and continuing the warming and drying trend. Model uncertainty remains high for the weekend and beyond regarding how and when the ridge might begin to break down, but current solutions are developing a weak but broad upper-level low or trough over the Pacific Northwest and North Ops Saturday and Sunday. 24-hour precipitation total graphics for the same time period show dry conditions continuing area-wide through Friday, with some isolated shower or thunderstorm chances possible in north and east areas this weekend. Wind graphics show a fairly light general wind pattern continuing, with weak onshore flow persisting near the coast. The North Ops significant fire potential outlook shows mainly low-risk conditions continuing through Tuesday, with areas of moderate risk developing mid to late week as fuels continue to dry. The South Ops significant fire potential outlook shows mainly low-risk conditions, with areas of moderate risk broadening mid to late week. And now to sum up the North Ops fire weather highlights. Upper-level ridging will remain centered overhead and gradually strengthen through the week, bringing a warm and dry but otherwise quiet weather pattern to North Ops. Temperatures will gradually warm, ranging around 5 to 10 degrees above normal, with the warmest conditions occurring Wednesday through Friday. A light general wind pattern will continue through the week, with local sea breeze and terrain influences driving diurnal surface winds, and both day and nighttime relative humidities gradually lowering with the driest conditions expected mid to late week.